always looking at two components, obsession and compulsion. And on the surface, the manifestations of OCD seem very different. But when you break it down, it's all about a what-if question and some kind of counterproductive, usually ritualistic response to try to get rid of the discomfort of uncertainty. So let me give you just a few examples. Harm obsession, washing compulsion. That was the first example I gave you. Harm obsession, what if I harm somebody else? One of my favorite OCD jokes, by the way, which is, you said COD, which is, someone said, the disorder really should be called CDO because, come on, we're obsessive compulsives, this should be in alphabetical order, right? Well, that's valid. Okay, so these different manifestations, driving is a big challenge for me with these harm obsessions because when I hit a pothole with a car, my doubt bully says to me, well, what if that wasn't a pothole, but somebody you ran over with your car? And again, fairly reasonably intelligent guy. I mean, I realize that the feeling of running over a pothole with the car going down and back up is a little bit different than what I imagine the feeling to be of running somebody over would be. You know, a body, you probably hear something, you probably see something, maybe some blood on a windshield, all of this kind of stuff. Doesn't matter. Once the doubt bully has posed a question, what if, the thought gets stuck there, and because that thought is so uncomfortable, those of us with OCD will do anything to dislodge the thought. So what do you think my compulsion might be if I run over a pothole and think to myself, what if I ran somebody over?
Stop and check.
Stop and check. Go back and check. For me, it's a combination of the two. Usually it's on a freeway where I can't just stop the car. So I get off the next exit and loop around and I drive back down. And as I'm driving, I look for the pothole and I see the pothole, I feel much better. I feel much better because I have disproved the possibility that I ran somebody over. Drive off, feeling much better. I got that momentary payoff, okay? I'm driving along, now the doubt bully says, okay, so you saw a pothole. Does that preclude the possibility that there was also a body? Didn't think of that. Okay, better take the exit again, turn the car around, check again. I see that there's not a body in the road. I feel better. Payoff. I drive on, and the doubt bully is right there to say, well, did you check the side of the road? No. Go back again. I am not exaggerating at all when I tell you that I could make 6 loops, because each time, progressively, the doubt bully had an answer for me, or another question for me. So, okay, you checked the side of the road. Did you check the bushes? No. Thank God the CHP never found me going through the bushes along a freeway. You know, excuse me, officer, I'm just checking for a body in case it wins. Again, try to explain some of this to the non-OCD world, not an easy thing. So, again, the cycle there, obsession, compulsion. A good friend of mine has a pattern that I had the most difficult time relating to because I've never in my life done this. She has obsessions about what if something horrific happens to my family members because I didn't perform my rituals to keep them safe. And for her, those rituals always revolved around sets of 3. So, and this is also a very common OCD pattern, by the way. So Carol, whom I've written about in both of these books, dear friend of mine, feels compelled to do things in sets of 3. If she's turning on a light switch, it's on, off, on. If she's flushing the toilet, it's 3 times. If she's chewing her food, it's in sets of 3. Drinking in sips of 3. You can imagine how exhausting feeding that doubt bully is all about. But on the surface, it's like, well, wait a minute. Carol and her light switches has nothing to do with Jeff and his, hand washing, for example. Same thing, though. Doubt bully says, what if something horrible happens because you didn't do something correctly? Here's the solution, Carol. Just do your ritual in sets of 3. Well, of course, the more she does it, the more she indulges this pattern, the more she feeds the doubt bully, to use the analogy, and the more the doubt bully wants more.